about, what's the actual strategy that is going on behind the activities. And that's probably what we're going to unpack on this podcast.
What What do you think was the big thing that changed then, say, 2 years ago that then led to 9 million followers? Like, bang. And it made him look like an overnight success. As you said, it's like 11 years deep.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I think it was a decision. And, Dan calls it going pro. And I do think we 100% went pro. Around 2.5, 3 years ago, Dan calls me and he's like, I want to go all in on media. This book came out, Buy Back Your Time. And he wanted to get more eyeballs on the book. And so I moved cities and we got a studio and we put our dollars and time behind, the media company. And I think when people ask me like, what does going pro look like? That's 100% what it looks like. It's like, how much money are you spending on this media thing? And then how much time are you spending? And double it, triple it. Like, we went from spending, I don't know, a day every quarter shooting YouTube videos to then spending 2 hours a week. And I know for a lot of people that might sound like not a lot, but for us, that was a lot, right? Where Dan's a business owner first. He ran businesses and he was doing content as a side hustle. So to go from a day a quarter where we batched all his YouTube videos in a day and, change that to 2 hours every single week, then we have a 2 hour slot that we have to shoot videos and have to iterate. And that gives us more shots on goal. So when people ask me what changed, I definitely think we decided to go pro. And we put our dollars and time behind that actual problem. And then obviously scaled the team, iterated. And I think just that changing the shoot time from every quarter to every week is a big unlock for a lot of people, because that'll create this iteration cycle, right? Where you, instead of shooting, every quarter and just posting everything and not looking at it, then you're shooting every week. And so what you learned last week, you can apply to what you're shooting this week. Right. And a lot of times when people aren't seeing results or, they're not changing enough, I just say shorten the iteration cycle, go from shooting every 7 days to shooting every 3 days to shooting every 2 days. Right. For me, when I first started posting short form content on my personal account, I shot every other day because I wanted to figure out what worked. Right. And so now I'm at a point where I shoot once a week because I kind of understand my audience a little bit better. But when I was under 10,000 followers, I would shoot every other day because I wanted to have that iteration cycle be short so that I can iterate on that, on those analytics. But that is 100% what we did. That kind of started that hockey stick growth.
What do you think was the hardest part of that process? Unpacking that a bit more. You had to learn or Dan had to learn? Because there's a lot of moving parts in a media machine like that, right?
Yeah, I think the hardest part was definitely the people side. I've had a lot of people in our company come and go, some that were friends. And, when you have big goals, big dreams, you have to hold up really high standards for who you allow, to be around in your enterprise. I had to let people go. I had to, hire a lot. I had to, do a lot of interviews. And I think that was the hardest part, is to find those people that are killers. But once you find them, one person could be worth 10 people, right? One A player could unlock, tons of resources for you. And, I'd rather have one A player than 10 D players, because those D players, take a lot of time, effort, and energy from you, where you could focus on other things, even if they get the same thing done, right? And so I think that was the hardest part for me, was putting the people together. We went from a team of 0, like me, team of 1, to a team of 15 in 2 years. So it took me, a very, very hard and long time to figure out, the people side. And that is what I spend most of my time on today, is, recruiting, spending time with people, training them, and, helping them get results.
Do you still have a team of 15 now?
Yeah.
Do you see that coming down with usage of AI?
Yeah. That's a beautiful question. And I think a lot of people get this wrong, because most people think
the other way,
AI,
increase the output.
Yeah, most people think, oh, I'm going to take AI and replace my team. I think I'm going to take AI and augment my team, right? Yeah. And I love working with people. I wish it was, easy to build a business, as a one person team, but I get lonely and I like fucking building with people, right? And so how you do that in a way in the AI world is 100% you increase the outputs. And I see the org chart becoming more flat. So we'll go from a hierarchical structure where there's a manager and individual contributors, and then maybe some assistants on the bottom, where the whole org chart goes flat, right? And you just have channel owners and people that drive channels forward, because now anybody can do anything. And so all you need is an owner, right? You don't need any contributors, right? You just need an owner, and then they can direct the AI to contribute, right? And so for us, we've already switched to kind of this structure where we have channel owners for every single channel on our account, right? So we have a channel owner for Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. All these platforms have channel owners that 100% curate the content that's posted on those platforms, and they leverage AI. So now they don't need a team of 16 people, on YouTube, for example, right? And so I truly, truly believe in the future we'll just have a flat org chart. And I don't think we should transition people off for sake of, being replaced by AI, because everybody else that's competing with you, like us, is going to keep those people and increase output, right? And so I think AI is an addition to our process, not necessarily a subtraction.
Now, if you enjoyed this clip and you're a coach, creator, or a business owner, and you want help in terms of how to scale your business using ads, AI, content, marketing, a lot of things we talk about on the show, then hit the link at the top line of our description in the YouTube video. You can book on a call with us and walk through the whole process, audit your business, and show you where there's huge, huge opportunities for you to scale.